by the time I fucked up here and there. nhìn anh sẽ make easy. I could be bad all night, cause you give me trust. You still can turn me to an answer when you like good and sẽ make muốn gì. I'm feeling so naked, naked with you. Không cần khô, không cần màu mè, và chuyện cũ nói hơi nghe.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while. I appreciate you guys being here. This is genuinely like the first time that I enjoyed the video editing process, which is very refreshing. I feel like in the past I've always struggled with like what I wanted to create on YouTube, and I feel like the answer is simple. It's whatever I want to create and whatever makes me happy, so that's what I'm doing. I'm actually very excited about it, so yeah, we'll see what happens. This week, as you can see, we're painting New Jeans. I really like New Jeans. I'm kind of like a subtle K-pop stan. I'm not like a super intense fan of any K-pop group, but I come in and out, and New Jeans is just really refreshing, and their music is pretty iconic. And when they came out with their new album, I knew I needed to paint them because I was obsessed with Powerpuff Girls as a child. The stars aligned, and I was just like obsessively listening to their new songs. Also, when this happened, I was moving. I didn't do any art for like a solid month. I was trying to get back into it. It felt like I had a really bad art block. And yeah, New Jeans came out with their Powerpuff Girl album, and it saved me. When I first started to get this idea, I didn't really know like the names of the girls in New Jeans, so I was like studying their faces to see which girl is Powerpuff Girl design. But then I came across these references. I really like the faces in this reference pictures, and also has their names written down. We love that. On top of that, I found the Powerpuff Girls and their like names already on it, so I was like, perfect, I'll use this. So these are my two references that I ended up using. I think it worked out so well. I think the end result is so nice. After transferring it onto my sketchbook, we started painting with gouache. Gouache has been like one of my favorite mediums so far, but I love the way that gouache looks. The matte finish of gouache is so nice, and it took me a while to figure out how to achieve that look. Before, my gouache would always look so uneven and splotchy, and I was always confused how people made their gouache look so smooth. But yeah, if you're struggling with that, just keep practicing because you'll get it eventually. I think it's just becoming more familiar with the paint texture and consistency. Speaking of splotchy gouache, the girl's hair in the middle was extremely difficult to work with, and that's because I'm using two different kinds of gouache. One is the Himi gouache palette, which is water soluble. I don't know if that's the correct terminology. What I'm trying to say is that it reactivates with water. And then I'm also using Holbein gouache, which is an acrylic gouache. I definitely prefer the Holbein gouache. The only issue with that is that it's very expensive, so I've just been collecting some tubes here and there. Eventually I would like my whole palette to be Holbein gouache, but for now we're just using this like Frankenstein palette, and they don't really work well together. Like, the orange mixture that I came up with here was extremely difficult to use. When you mix it on the palette, it kind of like separates a bit. Most of the time when you just mix it quite a bit, it becomes more of like a homogeneous consistency. This time it was like kind of separating on the paper, and I did not want to have an even layer, and it was super frustrating. I probably redid this gouache layer like 5 times, and I just eventually gave up. It doesn't look very good, but that's okay. It's just a portrait for fun. The next time I go to the art store, I will definitely have to invest in some greens and maybe an orange, now that I know that they're very difficult to work with. As I was editing this video, it stresses me out just looking at me painting, and I hope that it doesn't stress you guys out. My paintbrushes aren't the best. You probably could tell like on the screen, like they're a little bit frayed. I wish I took better care of my brushes, but I'm definitely that girly that sometimes leaves the paint on them overnight, which I hate to admit, but you know, we all have our red flags. Getting those very small details, like I said, I like to draw very small for some reason, and I just don't have the paintbrushes to do that. Like most of my paintbrushes are pretty giant, so I like really need to focus on getting all the details correct, and it's just a lot more stressful than it should be. All right, let's get into talking about this painting. I really enjoyed my time on this. I think I'm very comfortable with my style in regards to portrait design now, so it makes it a lot more easy and fun to create. I think previously I always struggled with starting a new painting just because it would take me so long to think of an idea and then to get it down in a way that I was thinking about in my head onto paper. I'm happy that I can do that with more ease now, and it is making creating like a much more easy process. Also, this painting has motivated me on so many creative aspects. I made a reel for this painting along with this video, and both this video and the reel that I made was so much fun creating, and I had much more motivation to actually go through with the video editing process. And I think it was just kind of opened this box of something that I might be passionate about, which is video editing. I never thought that I would say that. I actually used to dread doing any video editing, and now I quite enjoy it. I think before, because I was making so many reels, I really don't want to get it into like social media and making so much freaking reels and TikTok, but it's so prevalent in today's age of being an artist, and let's just keep it short. I'm so sick of making them. I just want to like create a few here and there, and I want to be proud of them, and I want to put so much creative energy into it, and I want to like share to you guys something that I really enjoy creating instead of just like spam creating reels. All right, I digress about that. Let's get back to the painting. The designs were so fun. Which one is your guys' favorite Powerpuff Girl? The original Powerpuff Girls and the new jeans? I want to know. When I was younger, like I said, I was obsessed with Powerpuff Girls. Like we would play Powerpuff Girls all the time. I don't think I am alone in that experience, but I was obsessed with Bubbles. Like I wanted to change my name to Bubbles. You know, she was like such a bubbly, happy character, and I feel like that really suited me. So I just identified with her. But my favorite design of the new jeans is the Powerpuff Girl with like the red hair. I'm still not like super familiar with the names of the members in new jeans, but the character with red hair and like the periwinkle shirt and flowers or butterflies was my favorite, because I think it was my last one that I drew, and I specifically saved it for last because the color combination is something I always gravitate towards, which is like reds, purples, and greens. I know she doesn't have any greens in her look, but like the red and purple is something I always gravitate towards. So I had a lot of fun creating with that. But also this painting piece forced me to step outside my comfort zone with colors. I almost never use yellows or oranges, and I don't know if I enjoyed it. Like they are definitely not the colors that I like, and I don't think I would still ever paint with them, but I'm glad that I got the experience too. Also, I know Daniela, I think that's her name. She is the one with the space buns. She was also a very fun design. Bottom right is Minji, I know that for sure too. And she's just a cutie. Her design is so sad. They did her injustice. Like everyone had these like cute flowers and butterflies and fun little pieces. She just has like big brows. That's all they gave her. You know, in like every K-pop girl group, I feel like there's always like that one or two girls that get like ignored. I hope she's not that one. She seems like a cutie. Honestly, she might be my favorite. Beyond just new jeans, what is your guys' favorite K-pop group? Like I said, I'm like a casual K-pop stan, so I don't have like a lot of groups that I listen to. So if you guys recommend anything, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am so happy to be back. I appreciate every one of you who listened to the end of my rambling. Hopefully I will be back next week. I will see you very soon. Bye.